Have you ever wondered if humans are really the only master architects on Earth? What if I told you that right now, beneath your feet and above your head, there are construction projects happening that would make our greatest engineers weep with envy? Today we're diving into 7 absolutely mind-blowing megastructures built not by humans, but by some of nature's most incredible architects. These aren't just simple nests or burrows. We're talking about massive, complex engineering marvels that stretch for miles, house millions of inhabitants, and have been standing longer than human civilization itself. Get ready to have your mind completely blown by what animals can accomplish when they put their collective intelligence to work. Let's start with something that will literally make your jaw drop. Picture this: a structure so massive it can be seen from space, built entirely by insects no bigger than your fingernail. Welcome to the world of termite megacities. In the African savanna, certain species of termites construct monuments that dwarf our skyscrapers when you consider the builder's size. These aren't just random piles of dirt. We're talking about sophisticated air conditioning systems, fungus farms, nurseries, and royal chambers, all perfectly organized within towering spires that can reach heights of 30 feet or more. But here's where it gets truly incredible. These termite cathedrals feature ventilation systems so advanced that they maintain perfect temperature and humidity levels year-round, regardless of the scorching heat outside or the cold desert nights. The entire structure breathes, with air flowing through carefully designed channels that would make modern HVAC engineers study for years to understand. Some of these colonies house over 1 million individuals, all working together with precision that would put our best construction crews to shame. The most amazing part? These structures can last for decades, with some estimates suggesting certain mounds have been continuously inhabited and maintained for over 100 years. Moving from land to water, let's explore one of nature's most impressive underwater cities. Beaver dams represent engineering on a scale that's almost impossible to comprehend. The largest beaver dam ever discovered stretches for over half a mile and took decades to complete. But we're not just talking about a simple wall across a stream. These are complex water management systems that include multiple dams, canals, lodges, and even backup flood control measures. What makes beaver engineering so remarkable is their ability to completely reshape entire landscapes. A single beaver family can alter the hydrology of an entire watershed, creating wetlands that support hundreds of other species. Their dams are built with mathematical precision, using the natural curve that distributes water pressure most effectively. They incorporate different materials for different purposes: heavy stones for the foundation, flexible branches for the framework, and mud and vegetation for waterproofing. The most incredible aspect is their maintenance system. Beavers constantly monitor their constructions, making repairs and adjustments based on seasonal changes, water levels, and structural stress. Some beaver dam complexes have been continuously maintained by generations of beaver families for over a century, creating massive wetland ecosystems that serve as natural water purification systems and flood control measures for entire regions. Now let's venture into the ocean depths to witness one of the most spectacular construction projects on our planet. Coral reefs represent the largest living structures on Earth, built by tiny animals called coral polyps over thousands of years. The Great Barrier Reef alone spans over 1,400 miles and covers an area larger than the entire United Kingdom. But what many people don't realize is that these aren't random growths. Coral reefs are carefully engineered cities with distinct neighborhoods, highways, and specialized districts. Each coral polyp is a master architect, secreting calcium carbonate to build its own skeletal home while simultaneously contributing to the larger reef structure. The engineering principles at work here are mind-boggling. Corals position themselves to maximize sunlight exposure for their photosynthetic partners, while creating complex, three-dimensional mazes that provide protection from predators and ocean currents. The reef's design includes surge channels that dissipate wave energy, preventing the entire structure from being destroyed during storms. Different coral species specialize in different architectural roles. Some create the foundation platforms, others build the vertical towers, and still others form the protective outer barriers. The result is a living metropolis that supports 25% of all marine species while protecting coastlines from erosion and storm damage. These underwater megacities have been under construction for millions of years, with some sections dating back over 20,000 years of continuous building and renovation. Shifting our focus to the skies, let's examine some of the most impressive aerial architecture in the animal kingdom. Weaver bird colonies create hanging cities that showcase engineering principles we're only beginning to understand. These aren't simple bird nests. We're talking about massive communal structures that can house hundreds of breeding pairs, with some colonies containing over 400 individual chambers, all woven together into a single massive structure. The engineering complexity of these aerial apartments is staggering. Male weaver birds construct elaborate hanging chambers using only their beaks and feet, employing over a dozen different weaving techniques that create structures stronger than many human textiles. Each nest chamber features a separate entrance tunnel, living area, and nursery, all perfectly insulated and weatherproofed. But here's where it gets really impressive. The entire colony structure is designed with aerodynamic principles that allow it to flex and move with wind patterns without breaking. The attachment points distribute weight so effectively that these massive hanging cities can withstand hurricanes and severe storms. Some weaver bird colonies have been continuously inhabited and expanded for over 50 years, with new generations adding chambers and reinforcing the overall structure, creating aerial megacities that can weigh several tons while hanging from nothing more than tree branches. Deep underground, another group of architects has been busy creating some of the most extensive tunnel networks on Earth. Prairie dog towns represent urban planning on a scale that rivals our largest cities. These underground metropolises can extend for hundreds of square miles, containing millions of residents living in carefully planned neighborhoods, connected by sophisticated transportation networks. The engineering principles governing prairie dog cities would impress any urban planner. The tunnel systems include multiple levels, with different depths serving different purposes. Shallow tunnels for quick escapes, deeper tunnels for winter hibernation, and specialized chambers for nurseries, food storage, and waste management. The ventilation system is particularly remarkable, utilizing pressure differentials and strategically placed entrance holes to maintain fresh air circulation throughout the entire network. Each burrow entrance is engineered with specific angles and dimensions that provide optimal airflow while preventing flooding during heavy rains. The social organization of these underground cities includes designated lookout posts, communal areas, and even specific tunnels that serve as highways connecting different neighborhoods. Some prairie dog towns have been continuously inhabited for over a century, with each generation expanding and improving the infrastructure, creating underground megacities that represent some of the most complex animal societies on Earth. In the Amazon rainforest, leafcutter ants have created some of the most sophisticated agricultural cities ever constructed. These underground complexes can extend 20 feet below ground and house colonies of up to 8 million individuals. But what makes them truly extraordinary is their purpose. They're massive fungus farms designed to feed the entire colony. The engineering behind these fungus cities involves precise climate control, waste management, and agricultural optimization that would make modern farmers jealous. The ants construct hundreds of specialized chambers, each designed for different stages of fungus cultivation. They maintain exact temperature and humidity levels, create ventilation systems that prevent harmful bacteria and mold, and even include waste disposal areas that keep the growing chambers sterile. The transportation network connecting these chambers includes highways sized for different types of workers, with some tunnels designed for heavy traffic and others for specialized transport tasks. Perhaps most impressively, these agricultural megacities include research and development areas where ants experiment with different fungus varieties and growing techniques. Some leafcutter ant cities have been operating continuously for decades, representing sustainable agricultural systems that produce more food per square foot than many human farms. Finally, let's explore one of the most recent discoveries in animal architecture: the massive stick cities created by pack rats in desert environments. These aren't simple collections of debris, but carefully engineered fortress cities that can reach heights of 8 feet and diameters of over 40 feet, housing multiple generations of rats in climate-controlled comfort. The construction principles employed by pack rats demonstrate sophisticated understanding of thermal dynamics, structural engineering, and resource management. They select materials based on specific properties: reflective items for temperature control, thorny branches for defense, and absorbent materials for moisture regulation. The internal structure includes multiple levels, emergency exits, food storage areas, and specialized chambers for different family groups. The most remarkable aspect is the cooling system. These desert fortresses maintain interior temperatures up to 30 degrees cooler than the surrounding environment through carefully designed airflows and thermal mass management. Some pack rat cities have been continuously inhabited and expanded for over 50 years, with each generation adding new sections and reinforcing the overall structure, creating desert megacities that stand as monuments to animal ingenuity. These 7 incredible examples prove that human beings aren't the only master architects on this planet. From termite skyscrapers to coral reef cities, from beaver dam complexes to underground prairie dog metropolises, the animal kingdom continues to amaze us with engineering solutions we're still trying to understand and replicate. If this journey through nature's greatest construction projects has amazed you as much as it has me, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible discoveries from the natural world.